I'm going to record this session. Okay. So today we are going to start while and do while loop first. I hope. Let me share my screen. So what is while loop and do while loop? This is very important related to interview as well as for the coding purpose. Okay. So this is your while and do while loop. Okay. So when to first of all let's understand its syntax. So syntax is this, means here while, and then there will be a condition. This is for okay. Then open and close parenthesis, and for do while loop here we have do, okay, and then open and close parenthesis, and then while condition, okay. So you can see here the difference is that when you are entering in while loop you are checking the condition first, okay, but in do while loop, at the time of the entry you don't need to check the condition will be checked at the end. Means what? Means it will run at least one time, okay, because at the time of entry there is no condition check. But if we talk about for loop, we have already covered. So here you have initialization, then condition, and then increment and decrement. Okay, this is for loop. In for loop, in a single line there is initialization, condition, or increment decrement. Value change you can say here. Okay, anything, suppose increment or decrement. Okay, in while loop you have only condition inside brackets, and here you can increment, decrement, okay, and initialization will be done here. This, okay, so this is actually your while and do while loop. Means in while loop you have to check the condition before entering inside the loop, but in do while loop you don't need to check the condition, okay, condition will be checked at the end, okay. So normally in interviews people ask what is the difference between while and do while loop. So it's actually entry control loop and its exit control loop. Means at the time of the entry it's checking the condition, but when this is checking at the end, means there is a problem using it. Suppose I want to print any number, okay. uh, I will request everybody, please join on time in 7:40 the class time, then join that. Okay. So this is your while loop. When I am entering inside while loop, I have to check the condition. If condition is true, then I will enter inside. But same, if I try to do with this, I will enter first and then I need to check the condition, and here in between I will process the increment and decrement. Initialization will be done here, but these all are done in while loop, in for loop, in a single line. Means initialization is done here, condition check done here, and increment single line statement in for loop. But in while loop there are three line statements. Here before starting while loop you have to initialize the values, then you will check the condition, and inside it you will include or decrement the value. In while loop you need to check condition at end. Initialization will be done here, and here you can increment decrement. You'll see this in Eclipse. Okay, so anybody comes with the question, then when to use the while loop. See, uh, I will say that once you will start working in project, you will get to know it. But here, if I answer this, so when you just please note this point, because such points you will learn from minus of the experience. So if I am telling here, just note down. Once you will start working in your project, you will note you will need these points. Okay, so while loop, if you are not sure your data size, suppose my data size is 10, okay, and I am sure about this data size that this will never change, then go for loop. Okay, but if you are not sure about the data size, that it can be anything, means tomorrow it will become 12 or tomorrow it will become 8, then go for while loop. Okay, of course, when you are going for while loop, if you are restricted to use for each loop, then for each loop I will talk about. There is another loop, but that need objects handling. So just we start this session of the oops concept, then we will cover the for each loop, not here. Okay. So this is actually while and do while loop. When you are not sure about the size of the data, you just go for while, and when you are sure about the size of the data, then go for loop. Okay, and two, once your data size is known by you that this is will be size, but somehow you have to run your program, or somehow you have to run your logic once, then you can go for do while loop. So somebody is messaging over the what, not joining. Okay, please just reply telegram group that I am here. Just need him to join. Okay, so just go for this one. I will create another package and give this name as loops. Okay, and here class means while loop. I will declare a number. Int number is equal to 5. Okay, please reply to Durga to join, because he maybe I have not seen. Okay, so int num is equal to 5. Okay, now I want to check while, and here I need to give the condition. Okay, I will put any condition, I will tell you. Okay, so I want here that while num is less than 10, okay, until the number is less than 10, then I plus plus, sorry, number plus plus, okay, and just need to print number. Okay, number is, just use plus operator to concatenate the variable with this message. Okay, this is string message, manual message you are giving, and if you want to concatenate any message over here, just give this. Okay, number, and this is the one. I will run this program, and you can see number is 5, next time number is 6, number is 7. I'll just give a space over here, run it again. See, first time number is 5, number is 6, number is 7, number is 8, number is 9. Okay, so what happened, initially I declared number 5, then check the condition if number is less than 10. So num is less than 10, and this is condition inside while loop. Num is less than means number is initially is what, initially number is 5. Now I checked for this, number is less than 10, yes, it's true. Then it came inside and printed number is, and number variable I concatenated, then 5. Okay, then next time number plus plus. Okay, so this is actually shortcut of this line. Number plus plus means number equal to number plus 1. Okay, this is this plus plus is actually shortcut of this. Okay, so don't be confused. You can write here number is equal to number plus 1. That's also okay. Okay, try in your Eclipse or whatever IDE you are using. Okay, I am recording, right? Okay, so here this is how it's working. So I will put a debugger here, and one over here. Okay, now debug as Java application. Okay, switch. Now see, initially where it is, initially it is here. Okay, and num is equal to 5. So if this is in this line, this color is highlighted over here, means if you want to execute this line, then you have to click on this step over F6 or F6. Okay, if here, then it means this line has been executed. That's why you can see this num is equal to 5. Okay, now here it will check whether number is less than 10. Okay, just step over, came to next line. If it coming inside, then means condition is true. Okay, okay, now this is actually debugger in this line. You want to execute this, of course, then you can see number is 5. Okay, then number is 5. Okay, now this in this line, just click on this, and you can see number is 6 because this line is executed. Okay, now it is again over here. Okay, again I will click on this, number is 6. Okay, now I will execute this again. Okay, it printed number is 6. Okay, now this line to increment value execute. See, number is changed to 7. Okay, now again checking, just click to execute this line. Okay, just click on this, and then it is actually in this line. Okay, you want to execute this, yes, step over, number is 7. Okay, number is 7 as of now. and if you execute num plus plus, then just step over. Okay, I will click again. You can see till 10 I will do. See, now the number is 10. Okay, number is 10 and I am checking for num is less than 10. Will the condition find? No. Let click in this. See, it came outside of the loop. Okay, because the cursor is here. So it means that if the condition is not fine, then it will come outside of the loop. Okay, so this is how this while loop works. Okay, if you are not sure about your data size, then go for the while loop. Okay, I'm not sure what will be my data size over here. Okay, so just manually I put it over here less than 10. Okay, tomorrow anything becomes means class objects. We don't know about what data will in this class or object, so we'll just use the size method or length method and just run that. In for loop we have to keep checking our conditions. Okay, here just one line condition. So if this is while loop, the best part of this while loop is that, and the best and of course a drawback both, or these programming languages are designed a way so that you can use as per your choice. Okay, means wherever you have to use any logic, then you can for these three different loops. If all these loops has been designed in the same manner, then no use of designing these while, do while and for loop differently. Okay, so because there will be some use of, that's why these three loops are here. Okay, so the best part of this is actually condition check here, initialization here. Okay, and then sorry, this is increment decrement and this is initialization. Okay, so best part of this, these are not in same line, but these were in same line in for loop. Okay, now anybody has any query, then ask me related for loop, this while loop. Okay, so I'll move to do while loop. Okay, so in do while loop I will just declare a int num is equal to 5, same program I will create, and do, and just check here while num is less than 10. Okay, then sys out here, need to use semicolon, and then number is num, and then do sorry, num plus plus. Okay, now see guys, if I run this program, just let me run it. You can see number is 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Similarly in while loop as well. Okay, now where is the difference? I will show you. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, okay, suppose I put I am in while loop. Okay, suppose I put 10 here. Okay, now it will come and check number is less than 10. No, condition is false. 10 is not less than 10. 10 is equals to 10. Okay, I will come here, run this program and see nothing printed. Means once it initialize the value, it gone for condition check, condition is not true, then it came outside, even in first time as well. But same let me do for the do while loop. Right click, run as Java. See, number is 10. Why this happened? Because it came and initialized the value number is 10, then do, and it ran, right? Number is plus num 10, it printed 10. Okay, then it incremented the number. Okay, number became what? 11. Okay, and also it's checking number is less than 10. No, 10 is not less than 10. Also it became 11. Just comment this line to remove the confusion. Just run it. See, number is 10. Okay, now actually still if I have not incremented this, it came inside and printed, means ran at least once. Okay, doesn't matter you made it 11, it will print 11. Means it is going to run first, then it is going to check your condition. Next time it will check, means once it enters, it executes whatever logic you have written over here, then it goes for condition check. Okay, and once it check condition, it's checking, then it will enter if the condition is fine. Okay, so similarly let me give here 5. Okay, and first time it will enter inside this, and then it is going to condition check. Just put a debugger here, one over here. Okay, right click, debug as Java application, and just step over. Number is 5 initially. How many of you trying for this debugger in your systems, or just watching me doing this? I want to know, because if you are not doing, there is no mean for me for doing this, because I have a lot of practice. I'm doing for you guys only. I have lot of practice with this. Okay, usually I do every day in my project, but if you are not doing, there is no mean of doing this. Okay, okay, so if you are doing, then this, that's fine. Okay, guys, please don't submit assignments as of now. There's no mean I am going to check over there. I will share you the GitHub tutorials, and I will take the lectures, then I will see all your codes. Okay, this week I will try to complete GitHub. Okay, so please uh, don't share over the emails, because you know that I said about those things. Okay, because that I have to depend that and that. So please don't share your, just keep it with you, and I uh, once I will take GitHub session, just share me the URL. I will send you the form. Just fill that form. In that form you need to submit your URLs of GitHub. I will go and check. Okay, you don't need to do any stuff. If you have any issue with doing the assignments, then reach out to me. Okay, otherwise keep your assignments with you. I once I will say that submit, then okay. So okay, so this now num is 5. Okay, and then I will execute this line, and this line will see, let me first remove this debugger, and then I want to show something. This is an infinite loop. Let me run this, and it will be keep running. Java application, see, it is keep running. This will never stop. Okay, if you want to stop it, this is the red button, just press it. the program is terminated, even half this printed. Now why? Because see, number is declared to 5, then I am printing this number. This line is commented. It is checking number is less than 10. Yes, number is less than 10. Then it is coming here. Okay. And printing number is 5 because I have not incremented. Number will be never change. Number will be always 5. Always it is checking 5 is less than 10. Yes, always the condition will true. Then of course this is going to be infinite loop. Okay. So you have to increment the value. Okay. Just right click, debug as Java application. Okay. Now stop over. Number is 5. You can see here. Number is 5. Okay. And this is num plus plus, execute this line. Rest this. Number is 6. Okay. Now it is here to check the condition. If condition will be fine, again it will come inside this do while loop. Then this. Okay. Executed this line. Number is 6. You can see here. Okay. And once I will step over, it will execute this line. Okay. Just click on this. It executed. Number is 6. Again number is 7 because this line is executed, and this way it will work. Okay. Number is 9. Now next time it will enter, see, number is less than 10, so it printed till 9. So this is your do while loop. Anybody has any doubt over here? Yes. Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah. Yeah. If the condition is true, then only. Sorry? Yeah, see, this do while loop will run at least once. Okay. Can you hear me? I said that do while loop will run at least once. Okay. Because the condition check is at the end. Okay. So first it will enter inside, and then whatever you have written over here, whatever code you have written over here, that will be executed, and then it is going for the condition. But for while loop here, the condition check is at the beginning. Okay. So it will check the condition. If the condition is true, then it will enter. But in do while loop, it entering inside the loop first, then it's going to check the condition. Okay. So now yeah, Madhur. No, we should not say this as a drawback because we already have a loop with this uh, other scenarios, right? So this is one more scenario. Sometimes some scenario will coming near around you that you have to check the condition. Okay. Then only you need to enter, then you use this while loop. Otherwise sometimes scenario will come that you need to run your code at least once, then you need to check. Okay, and this that you learn by practice. Okay, we should not say as a drawback, because if every loop is similar, then what the need of defining three different loops? Okay. Okay. Yeah, Durga. Real time examples. Okay. So suppose in Selenium terms, I will give you an example. Suppose you have a drop down, okay, and in drop down there are multiple values, okay, and these multiple values are dynamic, okay. I say to you, just please get all the values for me. Now tell me how many you will run your for loop. You don't know because values are not constant. Values are not okay. But while loop, you will declare the object, get the values, and just check that if that drop down has values. Just you need to check for the for loop. You need to declare objects. Then if that has value, there will be some methods for checking that drop down has still value. If has, then print that and move forward. And if in next step it has values, then this is for example of the this your while loop. Okay. And for loop, there may be lots of things like I this is my data and this is the size, just print this size. Okay. Sometimes you'll get it by practice. Okay. For loop, just you have seen many programs like in prime number also, you know that how much time I have to run, less than, suppose I want to check for 97, then you have to run your loop till what much time, uh, till 96, even in half 48. Okay. This is do while many condition will be coming near around you. Rarely we use this loop, but suppose in the same drop down, okay, I don't want to print that drop down as null, and there should be certain value. That's why sometimes there will be written that select value. If this is coming, then my drop down is run. Okay, so in that situation you can use the do while loop, because I can, yeah, just you will see, yeah, for default, because I cannot leave my drop down null. There should be some use, so that once clicking something coming, then I know that this drop down is working. This is not defected. Okay, so there may be lot of things of things will be coming. Once you will practice in a project, then you will know. Okay, majorly we'll working with the while loop, for each loop, and for loop, not a while loop. Very rarely we use this one. Okay. Okay, guys. So whosoever has not Android app, please let me know. Others can leave now. Next session will be on Wednesday. Tomorrow we don't have session. Please be sure that we have session on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday only. Please don't be confused with the days. Okay. Rest can leave now.